Out beyond ideas of wrongdoing and right-doing, there is a field. I'll meet you there, wrote Rumi, hinting at a realm only the chosen ones dare to enter. A place of spiritual awakening where solitude isn't a punishment, but a calling. If you've ever felt like an outsider, unable to bridge the gap with others despite your longing for connection, here's the truth. You're not broken. You're set apart. As a soul destined for a higher purpose, your path demands aloneness. Not because you're unworthy, but because your divine destiny is too vast for most to follow. Let's dive into the 8 dark secrets that reveal why your solitary journey is the key to unlocking your extraordinary power. Subscribe if this resonates, and type "1111" below to claim your divine alignment. You see through society's illusions. The first dark secret is that you, as one of the chosen ones, possess a rare gift. The ability to see through the illusions that ensnare most of humanity. While the majority are trapped in a subtle yet powerful web of societal conditioning, you stand apart, gazing beyond the surface of a world that programs people to conform without ever questioning the deeper meaning of existence. From childhood, we're molded by external forces, taught what to believe, how to act, and what success should look like. A stable job, a big house, or applause from the crowd. But you refuse to be confined by these shallow definitions. With spiritual awakening, you question, you analyze, and you courageously shatter the illusions of society that bind others in invisible chains. This clarity reveals a stark truth. The world operates on a system meticulously crafted to keep people distracted and obedient. The education system, for instance, often prioritizes producing workers over nurturing independent thinkers, churning out individuals who follow rather than innovate. The media bombards us with curated narratives, subtly shaping perceptions and manipulating emotions to maintain control. Meanwhile, the corporate machine fuels consumerism, pushing people to chase fleeting material gains, new gadgets, luxury brands, while neglecting the pursuit of inner fulfillment. You see through this facade, recognizing it as a matrix, a constructed reality that lulls the masses into complacency. Unlike them, you've awakened to a higher consciousness, choosing to forge your own path rather than blindly adhering to societal norms. Yet this enlightenment carries a bittersweet cost. Your awareness sets you apart, creating a divide between you and those still entangled in the system. When you reject small talk about trends or refuse to join the race for superficial success, others don't see your liberation. They feel unease. Your insights, rather than fostering connection, often unsettle them, acting as a mirror that reflects truths they're unprepared to confront. Perhaps you've noticed their discomfort when you challenge a widely accepted belief or question the purpose of their endless striving. Instead of embracing your wisdom, they retreat, clinging to the comfort of ignorance rather than facing the discomfort of self-awareness. This isolation, though painful, is one of the solitude benefits, a sign that you're being refined for a divine purpose greater than fitting in. So what happens when your very presence becomes too intense for those around you? How does this unique energy shape your journey as a chosen one? Let's explore the next secret to uncover how your light both attracts and repels. Your energy is too powerful, beyond the reach of most. If, in the first secret, you realize that your awakening allows you to see through the illusions of society, where the truth you reflect makes others uneasy and distant, then now, let's delve into a deeper reason behind your solitude. The second dark secret is, those who are chosen ones, possess a unique energy frequency, entirely distinct from the masses. Your aura is not only radiant, but carries an intense magnetism, like a lighthouse shining brightly amidst a still, dark night. However, not everyone can harmonize with this powerful spiritual energy. Most people live at a lower vibrational frequency, caught in the whirlwind of negativity, daily struggles, and shallow relationships. When they encounter you, a soul awakened to spiritual awakening, brimming with high energy, they may feel overwhelmed, drained, or even intimidated without fully understanding why. Think back for a moment. Have you ever walked into a room and sensed a palpable shift in the atmosphere? Some are drawn to you, their eyes lighting up as if they've stumbled upon something precious, while others shy away, avoiding eye contact or keeping their distance instinctively. This is no coincidence. Your energy, steeped in higher consciousness, acts like a mirror, forcing others to confront hidden corners of their soul they're not ready to explore. For instance, someone accustomed to drama or pretense might feel uneasy around you, as your presence subtly exposes the flaws they try to conceal. Your high vibrational frequency is like a powerful wave, stirring the stagnant energies around you. To those entrenched in chaos, negativity, or a surface-level existence, your presence serves as a reminder that they need to change, to work on themselves, to find inner peace. Yet, instead of rising to meet your energy, they often retreat, leaving you feeling like an outsider in your own world. This isn't your fault. It's a testament to the spiritual power you carry. A rare gift, even if it sometimes leads to loneliness. Trust that this isolation is only temporary, a vital part of your journey toward the divine purpose the universe has destined for you. But is it solely your energy that sets you apart? Or is there something deeper in how you seek connection? Let's explore further. 4. You refuse to settle for superficial relationships. If your powerful energy causes others to feel uneasy and withdraw, as revealed in the final part of the previous secret, this becomes even more evident when it comes to how you build relationships. The third dark secret is, you crave depth, truth, and authenticity in every connection. Mundane conversations, fake friendships, or hollow social interactions hold no appeal for you. To you, life isn't just about casual greetings or aimless small talk. You want more. You need connections that touch the soul. This makes finding a true companion challenging, as most people are content to live on the surface, avoiding the deeper layers of existence. While they indulge in meaningless gossip, trivial stories, or social facades, you seek dialogues that nourish the spirit, exchanges that can unlock wisdom and stir the heart. You long to sit down with someone and explore the mysteries of the universe, from the origins of all things to the true meaning of life. You yearn to discuss the power of consciousness, how it shapes reality, or the profound depths of human emotions, joy, pain, hope, and even loss. But in a world obsessed with superficiality, where people prefer scrolling through fleeting social media stories rather than facing themselves, such conversations are as rare as precious gems in a desert. You stand amidst a crowd, yet feel isolated, because those around you seem more interested in dodging the truth than confronting it. Sitting in a room filled with laughter and chatter, you still sense a profound loneliness, for no one truly reaches the depths of your soul. Thus, you choose to retreat into stillness, not because you love solitude, but because you cannot and will not compromise your essence just to fit in. Refusing superficial relationships isn't arrogance, it's a bold declaration of your worth. You understand that being alone is better than existing in shallow connections where you must shrink yourself to match others' molds. Your journey of spiritual awakening demands honesty with yourself, and that's precisely what marks you as one of the chosen ones. Someone unafraid to stand apart from the crowd to uphold higher consciousness. This solitude isn't a burden. It's a vital part of your divine purpose, a time to refine yourself for the meaningful relationships that await in the future. But does this difference merely affect how you connect with others? Or does it pose an even greater threat to the order of the world around you? You are a threat to the system. The fourth dark secret is that your refusal to settle for superficiality, as we explored in the solitude of your soul's cravings, positions you as a formidable threat to the very foundations of the world around you. In a society carefully constructed on the pillars of control, conformity, and manipulation, you, one of the chosen ones, emerge as a blazing light, piercing through the shadows of illusion. This system, upheld by governments wielding authority, corporations amassing wealth, media shaping narratives, and religious institutions dictating belief, thrives by keeping humanity in a state of ignorance, a condition where deeper truths remain unseen. That's why it relies on minds that don't question, souls that willingly obey rather than seek higher consciousness to understand the essence of existence. But you don't belong to that crowd. Your very existence, with its ability to see through layers of deception woven over centuries, becomes a crack in the flawless wall the system has built. You are not just an individual. You are a silent yet unstoppable wave, igniting spiritual awakening in those around you. You urge them to ask, why do we live this way? Who truly controls our thoughts? You inspire them to break free from the chains of blind obedience and discover their true potential, a hidden strength they've never recognized before. This is precisely why you are a threat. The system doesn't fear physical rebellion as much as it dreads free minds like yours, independent thinkers who dare to carry the torch of truth in a world shrouded in lies. It craves followers, obedient sheep, not visionaries like you who can destabilize the fragile order it clings to. Look back at history, and the path you're on becomes clearer. Socrates, a philosopher of unparalleled wisdom, was sentenced to death not for any crime, but because he dared to teach the youth how to think, how to question the values society imposed. Jesus, with his message of love and unfiltered truth, was crucified for challenging the religious authorities of his time, exposing their hypocrisy to the masses. Galileo, a pioneer of science, faced condemnation for revealing cosmic truths the church refused to accept. These truth seekers endured isolation, rejection, and even death, not because they were weak or unworthy, but because their power posed too great a risk to those desperate to maintain control. You belong to this noble lineage. The solitude you feel isn't a sign of failure. It's evidence of your inner strength, a force that sets you apart and makes you untamable. When you choose the path of your divine purpose, you refuse to be confined by the limits the system imposes. It may try to silence you, to make you feel isolated, but understand that the solitude benefits you gain are part of a forging process to make you stronger. You're not here to blend in. You're here to shatter invisible walls, to guide humanity toward the light. The threat you pose lies not in aggression, but in your ability to awaken other souls, a power no system can easily subdue. So, what happens when the clarity you carry begins to pierce even deeper, unveiling the hidden motives of those around you? Let's explore that next. Your sharp intuition sees through lies. If your very existence is already a threat to the system as mentioned above, a gust of wind shaking the walls of control and illusion, then the fifth dark secret is your razor-sharp intuition, which sets you even further apart and deepens your isolation. In a world where deception has become almost second nature, you, one of the chosen ones, stand out with an intuition as keen as a blade cutting through the fog of illusion. Most people comfortably embrace lies, whether they are societal falsehoods, personal dishonesty, or the self-delusion they use to mask their inner pain. They dwell in a safe circle of comforting untruths. But you are different. With spiritual awakening ignited in your soul, you possess the ability to sense hidden motives, detect insincerity even when it's cleverly disguised, and perceive the truth that others refuse to acknowledge. Have you ever noticed this? Around you, people constantly conceal their true feelings. They flash radiant smiles on social media, yet deep within, they harbor emptiness and suffering. They chase external validation, a compliment, a like, a place in the crowd, instead of seeking inner peace from within themselves. They dive into meaningless trends, things they don't even believe in, just to blend in and avoid the sting of exclusion. But you, with the eyes of higher consciousness, see through all these facades. You discern the contradictions between their words and actions, between their polished exteriors and chaotic interiors. This ability is more than a mere sense. It's a flame illuminating the darkness, a sacred gift bestowed upon you by the universe on your journey toward your divine purpose. Yet this gift comes at a cost. When you reflect the truth, your light inadvertently exposes the shadows others wish to keep hidden. They fear standing in your presence, not because you judge them, but because your very being forces them to confront themselves, their unhealed wounds, the lies they tell themselves daily, the fears they bury deep. Rather than seizing the chance to heal and grow, they retreat. They push you away, labeling you as too sensitive, too serious, or unapproachable. They do this not because you're wrong, but because they're not ready to face their shadow self, the dark part of their soul that you unintentionally bring to light. But don't let this isolation shake you. Your ability to see through lies is not a burden. It's the strength that shapes your path. In the stillness of solitude benefits, you learn to cherish this gift. It helps you distinguish genuine connections from illusions worth releasing. Your journey isn't about blending into the crowd. It's about leading with truth, a lighthouse amidst the stormy seas of humanity. Remember, every time you're distanced for your honesty, it's a sign you're drawing closer to the grand mission the universe has destined for you. This loneliness isn't a curse. It's an essential part of the process that refines you into a guide for the spiritual awakening of yourself and others. So what happens when this isolation becomes not just a consequence, but a gateway to deeper spiritual growth? Let's explore that next. Your spiritual growth leads you into isolation. The sixth dark secret is that your spiritual awakening, coupled with the ability to see through lies as mentioned earlier, not only causes others to distance themselves from you, but also plunges you into a deeper state of isolation. When you, one of the chosen ones, begin to evolve on a higher spiritual level, the universe seems to deliberately orchestrate your separation from the crowd. Relationships that once felt familiar, friends, colleagues, even family, may gradually fade or drift out of your life. This isn't random or a sign of abandonment. Rather, it's an essential part of your transformative journey. To grasp this fully, consider that transformation can only take root when you embrace solitude, for it's in stillness that you can truly hear the call from the depths of your soul. This phase demands that you engage in deep self-reflection. Picture your mind as a lake. When surrounded by the noise and chaos of others, the surface ripples, obscuring your own reflection. But when you're alone, the water calms, allowing you to see your true essence, the wounds that need healing, the questions begging for answers, and the hidden desires waiting to be unearthed. This is the time to confront your fears, release outdated beliefs that no longer serve you, and reconnect with your inner self. What's remarkable is that isolation isn't a punishment. In truth, it's a blessing in disguise, a gift from the universe to prepare you for a greater divine purpose. Look to history for clarity. Great spiritual masters like Buddha, Jesus, and Rumi all endured long periods of solitude before stepping into their missions. Buddha sat beneath the Bodhi tree for weeks, seeking enlightenment while facing temptations and doubts in silence. Jesus spent 40 days in the desert, strengthening his resolve and preparing for his redemptive calling. Rumi, after losing his soulmate, transformed his loneliness into timeless poetry that touched humanity's heart. These aren't just ancient tales. They're proof that the benefits of solitude form the bedrock of spiritual growth. When you're alone, you learn to trust your intuition, hear the wisdom of your soul, and align yourself with the universe's higher frequency. But rest assured, this isolation doesn't last forever. It's merely a temporary phase, a sacred time of preparation. The universe doesn't leave you alone without purpose. Once you've refined yourself and are ready to step into a path of higher consciousness, the right people will enter your life. These aren't random encounters. They're kindred spirits, souls vibrating at your frequency, honoring your truth, and ready to walk the path of enlightenment beside you. Today's isolation is the foundation for tomorrow's deeper connections. So don't fear finding yourself alone. Embrace it, for it's a sign you're drawing closer to your true calling. But what happens when your honesty, forged in this solitude, meets a world steeped in deception? Let's explore that next. You are too honest in a world built on lies. The seventh dark secret is that your unyielding honesty sets you apart in a world that thrives on deception, a world that often rejects the very light you bring. In the previous stage of your spiritual awakening, we explored how the universe orchestrates periods of solitude to prepare you for your divine purpose, aligning you with those who resonate with your truth. But this preparation comes with a challenge. The truth you carry is not always welcomed. Most people prefer to wrap themselves in comforting illusions, stories they tell themselves to avoid the harsh realities of life, rather than face the clarity you offer as a chosen one. You, however, stand firm in your authenticity, speaking the truth even when it stings, even when it disrupts the fragile facades others cling to. Your honesty is a force of nature, a blazing torch that pierces through the shadows of falsehood. You see the lies woven into everyday interactions, the polite smiles masking resentment, the hollow promises of a society obsessed with appearances, the systems designed to keep people asleep rather than awakened. As someone who has embraced higher consciousness, you refuse to play along with these charades. You call out deception where you see it, whether it's in personal relationships or the broader structures of control like media narratives and cultural norms. For you, living authentically isn't just a preference. It's a sacred commitment, a cornerstone of your journey toward enlightenment. Yet this commitment comes at a cost. When you expose the truth, you don't just challenge external lies, you touch the raw, hidden wounds within others. People may be living in denial, pretending they're content while silently suffering, chasing external validation to fill an inner void, or following paths they don't believe in just to belong. Your presence, like a mirror, forces them to confront these uncomfortable realities. Rather than embracing the opportunity for growth, many choose to retreat, labeling you as too intense or too much because they are not ready to shed their illusions. This rejection can leave you feeling isolated, but know this: your solitude is not a flaw. It's a testament to your strength. Far from being a burden, your honesty is a rare and powerful gift. Throughout history, those who dared to speak the truth, think of Socrates facing execution for his teachings or prophets shunned for their revelations, were often met with resistance before their words took root. You are part of this timeless lineage of truth-bearers, individuals who transform solitude benefits into a foundation for change. Your unwavering integrity is a beacon, even if the world isn't yet ready to follow its light. As you walk this path, consider this: if your truth isolates you now, what greater purpose might it be preparing you for in the days ahead? Your destiny shapes a solitary path of divine purpose. Following the truth you so boldly uphold, a truth that sets you apart in a world cloaked in lies, comes a deeper revelation. The eighth dark secret is that not everyone is destined to walk beside you on this journey. As a chosen one, your path often unfolds in solitude, not by chance, but because it is woven into the fabric of your divine calling. You are here to fulfill a higher mission, one that demands more than most can give. An inner strength forged through trials, a resilience that withstands doubt, and a faith so profound it lights the way through the darkest nights. This loneliness you feel isn't a flaw or a curse. It's a sacred sign that you're on the right path, a marker of your spiritual awakening. The universe, in its boundless wisdom, uses solitude as a tool to refine you, much like a sculptor chisels stone to reveal the masterpiece within. It clears away the clutter of superficial ties and societal noise, allowing you to tune into the subtle guidance of your soul. This refining process isn't merely preparation, it's transformation. It sharpens your focus on your divine purpose, ensuring that no external force can sway you from the extraordinary destiny you're meant to claim. Reflect on the luminaries of history, Moses wandering the wilderness, or the sages who sought solitude atop lonely peaks. Their isolation wasn't rejection, it was empowerment, a necessary step to embody their calling. In the same way, your solitary path is a privilege, a space where your higher consciousness can flourish. Not everyone can join you because not everyone is equipped to carry the weight of your vision. Some may shrink from the brilliance of your light, while others belong to a different thread in the cosmic weave. This is not a loss. It's a liberation, freeing you to grow into the fullness of who you are. The solitude benefits are undeniable. In silence you find clarity. In stillness, you build strength. And in aloneness, your mission takes root. The universe isn't isolating you to break you. It's preparing you for a role that few can fathom. This phase is a sacred pause, a time to trust the unseen currents guiding your life. As you walk this path, you'll discover that true companionship awaits. Not in the crowds you've left behind, but in those rare souls who will one day match your frequency, drawn to you when the time aligns. As we've journeyed through these 8 dark secrets, a profound truth emerges. Your solitude, far from being a shadow cast upon your life, is the very light that illuminates your spiritual awakening. You see through society's illusions, radiate a higher consciousness too potent for most, and refuse the shallow bonds that others cling to. You threaten the system with your independence, pierce through lies with your intuition, and grow through isolation into your divine purpose. Your honesty sets you apart in a world of deception, and your destiny, unique and unshakable, demands that you walk alone for now. Each of these revelations isn't a barrier but a stepping stone, building the foundation of who you are meant to become. This path may feel heavy at times, but it's not without meaning. Every moment of aloneness is a thread in the tapestry of your chosen one journey, woven by the universe to strengthen your spirit and clarify your vision. The solitude benefits you've gained: clarity, resilience, and an unyielding connection to your inner truth are treasures that the masses may never know. You're not isolated because you're unworthy. You're set apart because you're extraordinary. The universe hasn't abandoned you. It's sculpting you, preparing you for a role that will ripple beyond what you can yet imagine. So, as we step into the final truth, hold this close. Your journey is not a solitary end, but a sacred beginning. If you've reached this moment with us, let this truth anchor you. Your journey is not a solitary end, but a sacred beginning, a gateway to the extraordinary. The universe hasn't set you apart to leave you adrift. It's lifting you into a higher purpose, where solitude becomes the soil for your spiritual awakening to bloom. Far from a punishment, this aloneness is your preparation, a divine hand sculpting you for a role that will resonate through the ages. You're not just a wanderer, you're a chosen one, a vital note in the cosmic symphony, part of a divine plan unfolding with breathtaking precision. This is the Alchemy of Awareness channel, a haven for awakened souls ready to embrace their truth. If this message has ignited something within you, Subscribe and join our community of seekers stepping into their power. And if these words have found you at the perfect time, when you needed a spark of clarity, type 1111 in the comments to affirm your divine alignment. Your path is unfolding exactly as it must, guided by forces beyond the visible. Trust it fully, embrace your unique light, and walk forward with bold confidence. The world is waiting for the impact only you can make. Shine on, Chosen One. Your sacred beginning is just the start.